today we'll be taking our first ever business class train, and it's right here in Malaysia. We are going from Kuala Lumpur to Penang.
Alright guys, so we are actually here at KL Central. We got access to a lounge which is called Ruby Lounge, which is just right there. So I can't wait. Let's go, let's go. This is bougie. Alright guys, it's so quiet in here. But it's quite chill actually. I can literally just fall asleep here in the chair. It's so comfy. Yeah, unlimited coffee, hot chocolate, it's also TV, aircon dinner, so what else can you ask for?
Alright, so we've made it on the train, and my oh my, are these seats comfy. We've got a lot of leg room, look, and even got this.
Oh wow.
But wait guys, there's more. So it reclines, it goes back a good fair way. Oh. But we're still not done. Ready? No way. Our own TV screen of some sort. We've also got table. Why is it so close? Also got a table. This is going to be a good journey.
Alright guys, so this train is going to take us 4 hours to get to Butterworth in Penang, and Zoe's just found out on the TV there's Netflix.
I'm signing it.
Look how happy she is. But
I can't watch Netflix.
does that mean that there's Wi-Fi here?
Yes. And there's YouTube as well.
There's YouTube as well?
I think so.
I just love it because of the leg room as well, and there's TV. Like, have you ever been on a train with a TV?
First time.
This is the first time we've been on a train with a TV. In Japan, it doesn't have that. Well, when we got on the Shinkansen, but there probably is.
We were
but
just in the normal class.
But yeah, we were on the normal class. But this, I didn't expect this to be in Malaysia.
And it's actually pretty affordable too. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about the price later.
So we have left dead on time. The departure time is 1:37, and exactly on 1:37 we've started moving, so that's so cool. We've also got a little pillow here that is adjustable. That I...
Oh, that's clever. So there's also power sockets, which is quite good, so I can try and do some work on the laptop, get some edits out so that we can push this video so you can see it as well. So you can order some food here and beverages, so just click that one there. You've got loads of different options here. You can even get nasi lemak, and it's only 11 ringgit. Like that. Drinks, hot noodles. And then, if you go on the internet, press this and this, accept, and then type in whatever you want. So let's put in Netflix in here. There we go. Look at that. Oof. Someone's already logged in on their own Netflix thing here, so I can just view on anything. This is so good guys, like, I can't wait. I'm probably just going to sleep anyway, but I'm joking. So 4 hours, we left at 1:37, and expected arrival there is about 4:37, so let's go, let's go. We got food guys, oh my god, I can't wait. Smells nice. I am hungry. What is it, sorry?
Rice with chicken.
Ah, rice with chicken. Terima kasih.
And also we got snacks.
Oh. Thank you. Alright guys, so we have got some rice, some curry and vegetables. So broccoli, actually broccoli and carrot. And we also got a snack box. I'm not sure what's in it. Let's give it a look. Ooh, ooh, wow.
Are these Malaysian snacks?
So we've got some
Salted
nuts.
peanuts.
We got a
Drink?
drinks, yogurt,
It's a drink, not yogurt.
and we even got Kit Kat. Oh, I haven't had Kit Kat for a while. Anyway,
Let's taste the curry.
let's taste the curry.
I'm so excited because it smells so good, guys. Like, I wish you could smell this right now. Right, a bit of rice. I'm just gonna try some sauce actually for now. Mmm.
Good. Spicy?
Yeah, it is actually. Quite spicy. But let's try this chicken. It's quite hard with the plastic. It's good. It's nice.
Out of 10?
It's got a lot of flavour. It's kind of sweet and spicy. I'd say it's kind of it's got kind of like a fruity taste to it, almost like maybe like lemon, something like that. The rice is plain, but it evens out the spice.
What do you
And,
prefer, this type of food or the plain food?
Oh, I do like plain food. Not gonna lie.
Is it similar?
Oh, veg is good. Bit of crunch. Very different actually. I don't know. Similar, but this is slightly more normal texture. I find with plain food, it's often very fake. This is like really good. I'd give it 8 out of 10. It's good.
That's quite high now.
Mm.
Okay, let's give this a go. Smells amazing.
Good, right?
It's like sweet and sour actually, yeah.
But with the like lemon. It's lemon.
Lemongrass. That's so nice actually, guys. There's a bit of a kick starting to happen on my throat. But yeah, it's very nice. It's not too spicy, but I say it's mild. It's nice. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 actually. So guys, it's currently in Ramadan, so not everyone can eat. However, they give people that are fasting a little bag with loads of food, snacks and drinks there, so they can have it for later, which is very nice and good actually, so at least they're not missing out.
It's like being on a plane. Like, we've got train attendants, we've got food.
Entertainment.
So good. Yeah. I wasn't expecting food. It's so good. We shouldn't have had McDonald's. I'm going to be trying this. Oh, it doesn't even shake.
I think it is yogurt.
No, it can't be a yogurt. It's some kind of juice. Never tried this before. It's obviously Malaysian of some sort. It's a really sweet version of Ribena, I'd say.
Oh really? Is it thick?
But more of like a strawberry taste rather than Ribena's more like, what's Ribena?
Blackcurrant.
Blackcurrant. This is more like strawberry.
Is it thick? No, it's like juice.
Juice.
Mm.
Nice though. Anyway, let's try some peanuts. I've noticed here in Malaysia, like, not just Malaysia actually, a lot of countries in Southeast Asia really like using peanuts. Like Indonesia, here in Malaysia.
This is high in
I
protein.
think Thailand do as well. Actually, they're all very close countries together, so that does make sense. But just give it a go. I've got to say, the peanuts here look very different to look different? You know. I'm most excited to try this though. I love Kit Kat.
Alright guys, 2 hours have now passed. It went very quickly, and now the coffee lady has turned up. Got us some coffees. Got my coffee here, and we've got a happy girl here. Hold on. Look at
Got a
that.
muffin.
She's got a
Chocolate muffin too, it's a big one.
Taste test. Taste test.
Look at that.
Big muffin.
So we have made it to Butterworth station, and we are like just off Penang now. So there's a bit of water between. I think we have to get a ferry, and I think we can get that from the train station here. So we're just gonna go and work it all out. But overall, that was such a comfortable journey.
Such a comfy journey, yeah.
It's way more comfortable than a flight. Like, I know a flight is way quicker, like it'd probably only be 1 hour or 40 minutes or something. But it's just so nice to just be able to get your laptop out. You've got loads of space.
Loads of leg room. The scenery is amazing as well. So beautiful.
Really smooth. And actually, if you take into consideration that you've got to get to the airport, how long it takes to get to the airport, which is about an hour to KL, you've got to get there early, then you've got the flight. Actually, I think it's similar in terms of time.
How do we get to ferry to Penang?
Very beyond the Mayan Park.
10-minute walk. Okay, thank you.
So we're a little bit confused. We found a ticket counter, but apparently that's not the ticket counter for the ferry, that's just for the trains. And they said like a 10-minute walk, so we're just going through tunnels now, and hopefully we'll just find it. But yeah, a little bit confusing.
There's literally no one here.
You were right there as well.
Do that one more time.
What?
Something back in that. Hello. 2 tickets to Penang. 2 ringgit 40. Is that for both of us? Terima kasih.
Hooray!
Alright guys, so the ticket only cost us 1 ringgit 20 per person, so we paid 2 ringgit 40. The next ferry is not till 6:30 at the moment. It's currently 10 past 6, I think. Yes, currently 10 past 6, so we got 20 minutes to kill just to relax. There's actually, in the waiting area where we are right now, there's actually some foods here. You can get some food, get a drink, and yeah, I'm not sure how long this is going to take, but we'll let you know when we get on it. Alright guys, so we are now on the ferry. It's actually quite cold, but there are so many seats. Don't think it's going to be packed because it is 6 o'clock and it's getting quite late now. I think the last ferry is at 8:30 p.m. and the earliest one is at 6:30 a.m. So let's go to Penang. It doesn't look that far as well, guys. You can literally see the skyscrapers of all the buildings in Penang, and it looks beautiful.
A few minutes later.
After just 10 minutes crossing the water, we're already here, so it was super quick, super smooth, wasn't too wavy or anything.
No, it wasn't.
And now we've got a 10-minute walk to our hotel, so we'll probably catch you there. We're staying in Georgetown, so yeah, not far at all. In the next video, we'll be exploring the famous streets of Georgetown, Penang, as we take you on a journey experiencing the vibrant street food scene, the historic buildings, and the must-visit street art. So for that business class train ticket, it cost 150 ringgit, which is around $30 or like £27. And I mean, I think it's worth it. For a business class experience, it's totally worth the money. It was so good. Food included, you had train attendant, and very comfortable TVs, Wi-Fi.
And then
so
you don't
really
need
good.
you don't need to pay for your luggage as well. So if you get a flight, you still have to pay for your luggage,
Exactly.
which sometimes can add up.
You'd be paying a similar price for a flight anyway when you include the luggage and things, as well as taxis. And then it's also, in terms of time, you would think 4 hours on a train is 1 hour or 40-minute flight, but actually getting to the airport, like checking in, all that, actually probably
You have
works
to wake
out.
up early as well.
Yeah, it's probably around 4 hours as well. So I think it's super worth it. And then if you didn't want to get the business class and you just wanted to get the normal train, I think it's around $4. It's super cheap.
So cheap. So we're gonna explore some more here around Penang, and of course we're gonna do the street food. So keep an eye out on that. Turn your notification bell on so that you'll get notified when we posted that. So
We'll see you in the next one.
peace.
Bye.